Yeah, so late 2014. I originally got involved in some basketball out of rehab. Got to know a few of the boys, and they dragged me over here one summer for a bit of a look around, and rugby league was much more my game. I'd played a little bit of it before, so kind of got the gist of it pretty quickly, and got knocked out of the chair a few times. Love that bit, so carried on playing.
2009, I started playing. Jeremy Doyle asked me to come play and give it a go, and I just came along for a come and try day and enjoyed it. So then we started the inaugural comp that year.
In 2010, I did some research on the internet, just looking at what sports were around, and found wheelchair rugby league was starting up. So turned up to come and try. Absolutely loved it. Started the new comp that was on, so I've been playing since day dot and just loving it.
I used to play footy before my accident, and the first opportunity I got to play rugby league again, I thought I'd never be able to, so as soon as I found out about wheelchair rugby league, it was a no-brainer.
I started playing when I was 18. My brother got me into the sport because he plays wheelchair soccer. Sport started at Mount Druitt from Joe Chidiac, and he told me to come have a crack, so I gave it a go and loved it ever since.
First started playing wheelchair rugby league in 2011. I was a wheelchair basketballer. Prior to my accident, I was a rugby league player. When I had my accident, there was no rugby league, and Yara played the season prior, and then explained the game to me. I hadn't heard of it, and I crossed from basketball into rugby league and started to play rugby league again.
I started playing wheelchair rugby league about 3 years ago. I think my first season was the 2013-14 season. I started off with Parramatta Eels with Diab, who's actually the one that brought me along, him and his brother Moe. I guess they told me that they were it was actually on the day of like the come and try day that they told me to come along, and I had nothing to do. And I was like, oh, well, I'll go check this out. And then, I went, and then I was a little scared at first. And then I was like, when I got into it, I was like, okay, this is cool. And then played my first game the week after, and then I just absolutely fell in love with it. And that's about it.
I played rugby league as a kid, and then I found out that there's a thing called wheelchair rugby league. So I'm a massive Tigers fan and always idolised Benji Marshall. So to find out that there was a modification of wheelchair rugby league, so always wanted to give it a go. And when I found out, I took the opportunity with both hands, really.
I started playing about 5 years ago. My mate Brad, he was in a car accident. He got into sport, he got into rugby league, and he told me that able bodies can play as well. So I came along and come and try, got into a chair, played a little bit, loved the sport, and been here ever since. It's a really great game.
It means a lot. I didn't think I would get the opportunity at this age. I started playing basketball a long time ago and representing New South Wales and things like that, juniors. But then I stopped, and I never thought I'd ever get the chance to do that again. So it was something I always promised myself to do, and I managed to achieve that. So it was a fantastic experience.
How do you put something like that in words, mate? I don't think anything could sum it up. I've been aspiring to this position for the last 3 years. Ever since I put the ball in your hand and was told there's a World Cup coming, not only did I want to represent my family and friends and teammates, but most of all my country, and I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully smash it home.
It's the second time I'm doing it. Not many people get to do it, so pretty impressed by that, pretty proud of myself. Obviously having an accident and not ever thinking that you'd be able to do something like this is fantastic, so yeah, absolutely love it.
It means everything. I mean, to have represented my country and already the other sport that I play, which is wheelchair tennis, every opportunity that you get to put on the green and gold, you always got to take it with both hands, and to get it again playing wheelchair rugby league, it means the world to me. Yeah,
it's an absolute honour. I've never thought this would be something that I would do, but as we progressed in the game, my skills got a little bit better, and I thought maybe this could be a possibility, and I went for it, and here we are now.
It is unbelievable. I've always been a part of sport throughout my whole life, from a junior stage, just being in athletics and football and soccer. athletics was one of the things that I really wanted to get in really high in and represent my country in, and I had the pleasure of representing my state. And I did represent my country on some stages in it, but I didn't exactly get to fulfill my dream in that. And it was just putting on the green and gold, which was one of the big things for me, which I really wanted to do. And coming from a different country, coming from Fiji, I feel very privileged to have been brought up in this country, so to represent it is even a bigger honour. And yeah, it's just a massive thing for me now that I've been selected, and it's a great thing. And my parents are, and my mum's over the moon, and my family's over the moon, and yeah, and it's a lot bigger than just putting on that jersey. It's a really personal thing for me too, which is giving back to a country that has given me so much. So yeah,
it means the world to me. I mean, I couldn't do it as a able-bod. It took me to lose my leg to become an Australian rep, and it just means the world to me.
Really looking forward to it, and hoping that to win and bring the title home.
Oh, it's an honour. You know, anyone representing their country should be an honour. You're going there as the best of what Australia's got to have to take to a world competition. So you go there 100% to, you know, hopefully win the World Cup or the international competition you're playing, and always give 100%, because there's nothing more than wearing that green and gold jersey.
Okay, I grew up on the south coast of New South Wales in a town called Maria, quite south. I moved up to Sydney when I was about 17, 18. Then I had my accident, and I started working, I suppose, as a programmer. Then I started playing basketball a lot, which was beneficial because you get to actually hang around with a lot of people that are disabled, but it's not seen as a problem. It's seen as an ability and as a benefit in some ways, because you get lots of opportunities. And then I've been living in Sydney ever since then.
I play rugby league, normal league. I play wing for East Hills Bulldogs, but I like to play wheelchair rugby league more than league.
Name's Jason, 28. Never really played competitively before, was always only mucking around, anything like that. It wasn't until we started playing wheelchair rugby league, started getting competitive. As some people know, I'm an able-body. I'm not bound to a wheelchair, but being this sport lets us play.
Grew up around the Cameron area. Moved around before then, but grew up in the Cameron area. 2008, it brought me back in motor vehicle accident. Played a bit of basketball, went back to work. Love sport, love camping, did a lot of stuff, so yeah, that's pretty.
A bit about my background. Well, I grew up in a little suburb called East Hills. I went to one of the local schools, which is where I met Moe, which is one of the players that actually brought me along here. Getting into the sport, I did my first season with Parramatta Eels, and that was a big season. We got through to like the semi-final, I think it was, and it was pretty much, it was a great eye-opener to something new for me. Being a part of so many other sports for so long, this was a really new thing for me so late in my youth. And then I did a season with Penrith Panthers, my second season I did with them. And I felt like I really grew as a player in that team, especially like taking on the ball more and getting a bit more involved. And I really had to sort of dig deep and try to get the best I could out of myself, as well as trying to do the best I could for the team. And then my third season was with Penrith again, and we ended up taking out the comp. And I felt like that. My last season was probably the biggest season I've had, and I feel like I really grew immensely, just because I was surrounded by great players, and on top of that, it's just I received a lot of coaching, and I was a part of the New South Wales Origin squad as well, which was a big contributing factor towards my growth in the game. Just the coaching I received, not only from the coaches but from the players as well, and little notes I got in regards to my pushing technique and my manoeuvring in the chair. And yeah, it's just it's been great, and the people that I've been playing alongside have just been and have just been massive coaches, not only in this game but in life for me. Just some of the lessons that they've taught me and whatnot has been a big part of who I've become today.
I was born in Argentina. My family migrated to Australia since when I was 1 year old. So basically I've been here all my life, played sports all my life, and now when I discovered this sport, it's just become a family thing now. My kids play, hopefully they'll follow in my footsteps.
Yeah, grew up going to high school at John Terry Catholic High School. Got an older brother and a younger sister, so I'm the middle child. Yeah, I live out in Glenfield, which is the suburb out in Campbelltown. And yeah, so like I said, I play tennis, and I've represented my country through that as well. And yeah, so basically I consider myself as a full-time athlete.
I grew up in Mount Druitt, suburb of Hebersham. Still there. Just a little bit further out now, but yeah, still in the area. Love the area, to be honest. Good people. I went to school in the area, did that. Laid bricks for most of my life, and had children, which kind of take away your life, really. So I dedicated most of that, all the time that I had to them, their sport, things like that. In the meantime, took up a bit of climbing, did that for a little while, and then made a mistake and had a fall and wound up here. My life wasn't always on the straight and narrow, so I guess it was a bit of a sign. I'm not a religious man, but I guess it was a bit of a sign to, pull up a bit, and did that. Make sure it didn't affect my children as much as possible, but I've got a lot out of it, so it's not all bad.
I was brought up in Redfern, and then moved into the inner west, playing rugby league from the age of 8 to I was 18 prior to my accident. Then I had a motorcycle accident which left me an L1 incomplete paraplegic. So from there was no rugby league. So I was introduced to wheelchair basketball. I've played wheelchair basketball for 23 years at the highest level for Australia and also in the National League. I played for the same team, the Kings, for 23 years. When I made the 20-year mark, they awarded me with Lifetime Member of the NWBL for representing a same team for 20 consecutive years. And then all of a sudden, Wheelchair Rugby League turned up on our shores. The English and French introduced us to us, and players got me involved in it. And because I'd played rugby league as a game prior to my accident, it was always my love, even though I still love wheelchair basketball now. But I transferred to wheelchair rugby league and now make that my full-time sport.
Come and give it a go. Don't be afraid of anything at all. It looks physical and it looks like you could hurt yourself, but you're not really going to hurt yourself at all. And even if you do, you're actually going to get a lot of confidence in life. Any achievements that you make through sport, and this is any sport that you do, will benefit you at your work, during your lifestyle, whatever it is that you want to do in life can be brought back to achieving in sport. It is really beneficial and a cornerstone of doing that. So those things for the rest of yourself.
You have to do it. You have to do it. I like, it's unbelievable. I've shown people videos of the game and they've been a bit scared from doing it, and you just got to come and give it a go. It's so much fun, and not only that, it's as much as it's fun, it's actually very challenging as well as for able-bodied people, learning how to push a chair as well as learning how to do the game. And it's just a great sport, a great activity, and by far, out of any sport I've ever played, this is my favourite sport.
Don't let the noise hold you back. When we hit, it sounds really bad with aluminium chairs hitting against, especially being an indoor court, but it is the chairs hitting, not us. So when you hear it, you hear the hits and they sound really bad, but it's not as bad as it looks. It's not as violent as it looks, so come and give it a go.
Just come give it a go. Anyone wants to play, just give it a go. Anyone's allowed to play. We've got girls playing now, we've got young kids playing now. You don't even have to have a disability to come play, so just come around, jump in the chair, have a go, see you like it, and you'll absolutely love it. And hopefully we get to see you play some more.
The good thing about wheelchair rugby league is it's not just broken down for obviously people in wheelchairs with disabilities. Many people can play it. You might just have a knee injury or something like that stops you from playing the able game anymore. And then you can also play with your family members as well, because they can go to as many levels as they like as well, because you can be able-bodied and represent the country. So it means that you can succeed in the sport just as much as the person beside you, disabled or not. It's a great outgoing game, and it's enjoyable. And it does take a toll on your upper body, but if you do have problems with your lower body, like ankles or knees or things like that, this is a game for these people, but also for general, just anyone able-bodied that maybe can't keep up with the running game anymore or anything like that, or still love rugby league and can't obviously play the running game. So wheelchair rugby league could be a new way of them adapting to it. So the more people get into it, the more we make it grow, and hopefully we make it a successful sport over here.
Just get out there and have a go. I got out there and wanted to have a go, and next minute, it took me a couple of years to represent my country, but I never gave up, and I think that's key. If you really want to give something a go, you got to really not give up. And I've been blessed to have this opportunity to represent my country now, and it means the world to me. So just don't give up, and the opportunities will come.
Mate, it's a wonderful sport. I mean, anyone can play. You don't have to have a disability to play. It's a family-orientated sport. So, like, I've got one of my daughters playing, and she made New South Wales, so I'm very proud. So yeah, mate, you can bring your friends, family. It's a very family group friendship kind of sport. And it's a lot of fun. I mean, you get to play for an NRL side. Hopefully, an NRL side you go for. But if you don't, I mean, it's still an awesome game.
Don't be afraid of the noise. It can be a bit intimidating at first. We've had a lot of parents and children turn around and leave because it looks pretty brutal. But we've developed a new tier 2, so the young blokes are really loving it, and those that are a little bit slower in the chair are really loving it. So yeah, just don't let the noise put you off. It's great fun.